Welcome to Reset to Healthier Relationships, Sunday night at 9. I am your host, Coach Glenda, here with course manager and co-host Rufus Carpenter. As most of you already know, Rufus and I have created this forum where you can discuss trials and triumphs in past and present relationships. We encourage everyone to speak their truth and talk as much or as little as they would like. And I just want to start off by saying we had a very interesting past few weeks, and we are doing part three because our audience said that they enjoyed the topic so much and they were learning so much and they wanted to continue on the discussion from last week. And if you don't recall, the topic from last week was manifesting the love you deserve. Now, I know everyone, well, let me say most people, they are looking for that relationship that is fulfilling, genuine, and sincere that they can hold on until death do them part. Now, I know that there are some that are not interested in being booed up, but there are a lot of us that do wish to be booed up on a permanent basis. But we have had such a lovely time the past few weeks. So this is our final and last week on this discussion of manifesting the love you deserve. So please get your questions in, provide feedback so we can continue this discussion and keep it as lively as possible. Also, just an update in regards to our upcoming event in June in Leesburg, Florida. It has been changed. We're going to do it virtually versus in person. And I'm going to allow Mr. Carpenter to introduce himself and expound a little bit more on our virtual relationship conference that is coming up.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Hey, Gigi. Hey, Ava. Glad to see you guys tonight. Tonight, like Glenda said, it's going to be another rocking adventure of what we've already been with the other two sections of this. Glenda, you almost broke my heart, girl, because I had almost like a stab in the heart when you said this is the final week. I said, "Oh Lord, we're not ending, are we?" Well, at the end of it, you said something, so it made me feel better because I thought you were trying to end Sunday night at 9. I guess, I don't know, you ain't. It's like that movie. What's that movie that they got out about the Army girls, the first all black?
Triple six?
Huh? Yes. I was going to say, not on my dead body. But I'm glad to be here. I'm Rufus Carpenter, like you said, and I come to this background, this space and relationship, a little different than most. I started as a young child, a family of 14, and we all lived in a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. And if you know what that means a lot of people on top of each other. And we never had enough of nothing. I can remember one weekend, I was about 8 years old, and I went out that whole weekend and did work. I did chores all through the weekend. I raked grass. I cut wood for people. I did store errands. I even went as far as picking up soda bottles and cans from off of the highway and cashed them in. All together that weekend, I made $35 and some change. And when I took that home to my mom, man, she was just so elated. She kissed me on my forehead and said, "Rufus, I love you, baby." And she gave me like $1 and some change. And she said, "This is for yourself." From that moment on, my life changed. From that point on, I became what's called a helper. I had what's called a helper high. I always wanted to be a part of the mission. I wanted to contribute. And I've been that way all my life. Even today, I will give you the shirt off my back. I'm that kind of person. But my relationship training didn't stop there because that taught me the essence of human connection. Didn't stop there. I was married 27 years to the same lady. And if you're married 27 years, you learn a thing about commitment, about trust, and you also learn a lot about compromise and communication. But these are not so much necessary for a successful marriage, but these are the things for a better understanding of human relationship. My relationship training didn't stop there. I joined the United States Army. And one of my responsibilities and job in the United States Army was a human and race relation leader. where I had the responsibility of going to any problem we had within our Army units to find out if there was any race or relationship issues. And if there were, I'd be the first person on the scene, and I'd do what's called the intake form. And with the intake form, I would decide what level of responsibility or resources we had to throw at solving that problem. Also, the night this container Sunday night at 9 is mostly designed for like you and 20 of your girlfriends in your living room, and you relax, you kick back, having a glass of wine or two, and everybody's just relaxed. Everybody feel comfortable and safe, because here you're going to talk about your relationships, and you're able to unburden yourself and actually help each other through some things, because you don't know the sister beside you may have some relationship issues that she don't know she can solve. She don't know it's been solved before. But by you unburdening yourself and telling her that, hey, and explaining your challenges as well as your successes and breakthrough, she might say, wow, if she did it, I can do it. So tonight we're here to help people, okay? Now, like Linda said, our relationship workshop was designed to be June the 14th, and it was going to be in Leesburg, Florida. But it's been brought to our attention that that time of year in Leesburg, Florida is kind of expensive. So Glenda and I went out and researched the hotels in that area and the restaurants and some entertainment places. And you're right, it is expensive. So we decided, based on what some of you, our founder members, have said, that it's too expensive for right now. And besides, some of you want to use that money for going on excursions, doing our cruise in October. So we agreed. So what we're going to do, it's going to be a virtual event. It's going to be a virtual event. It's going to be the same hours, same agenda, and it's going to be a virtual event where you can do it in the comfort of your living room. So that dance party part, just get ready to move your sofas, your couches, and everything out of the way, so you have more room to dance, okay, in your own living room. So more information will follow that. All right, Glenda, turn it back over to you.
Okay, as we have stated, this is part 3 of manifesting the love you deserve, creating and attracting the relationship you want, part 3. And let me state again, this is our final week on this topic. We left off last week on if you could describe your ideal love in 3 words, what would they be? And are you living in alignment with those words? Now, I think a few of us, I think someone said charisma. Somebody said honesty, open and honest communication. We got a lot of feedback on that. So tonight we're going to continue, and we're going to, I don't know if anybody if they thought about it that wasn't able to speak last week, if they want to share their 3 words because they wasn't able to last week, their 3 ideal, I'm sorry, if you could describe your ideal love in 3 words. If someone wants to put in the chat or speak out loud that wasn't able to last week and would like to speak this week, if you want to put your 3 words in the chat or speak out loud, I will definitely hear you before we move on to our discussion tonight. We're going to keep it moving. So anyone else that wants to put in, get some comments in or provide some feedback, they can do so as we bring this open discussion to an end.
Now,
understand.
All right, somebody was going to say something. Was that I think I heard Andy and I heard Kingdom.
Okay, so just a second. Steve Carpenter is here and he wanted to say something.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Understanding, equal, and companionship.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to write this down because you got to explain that one to me. Understanding, I got that. Equal.
And companionship.
And companionship. You care to elaborate, or you want us to write about it?
You understand me like I understand you.
Okay.
Equal. I'm no better than you, and you're no better than me. And companionship, you're my best friend, and I'm your best friend.
Awesome.
That's awesome. He almost sound like me. He sound like he been listening to music too. seem like them old R&B songs got him as well as they got me. Awesome. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. We appreciate that.
I really appreciate your feedback. Thank you for sharing that.
Okay, anyone else want to share? And if you would prefer to put it into our chat, please do that. Please do that. And the reason why I said give you a chance to put it in your chat, because these last 2 weeks have been great. And this topic of manifesting the love that you desire and creating and attracting the relationship you want has been awesome. Because no longer do we have to settle. Because I don't know, some of us thought that, hey, this is the best it is, this is the best I can get. Hey, I'm just going to make do. I'm going to settle. Or even if you've been in relationships and it always seems the same. It's like you're dating the same girl or the same guy, but in a different body. Nothing really changes. And if that's the case, then you may realize that you're not really aligning your desires with what you want. For instance, if you want, let's say you want a young lady, you're looking for a young lady or a young man that's slim, trim, athletic, go to the gym, work out all the time, and fit and full of energy, and you 300 pounds overweight and you're a couch potato, it ain't gonna work. You can't manifest that person, because if you go to the club and you 300 pounds overweight and you a couch potato, and you go to the club, that lady or that gentleman that's slim, trim, athletic, and go to the gym all the time, it's not even going to talk to you. You're going to repel them. They go, that's not who I'm looking for.
Y'all are unequally yoked.
That's it. So that's why I think that's why we have so much energy in these last 2 weeks, because now we're talking about manifesting something that you want. You know what you want, so your actions and the way you live your life is in alignment with what you're looking for. So therefore, instead of repelling who you want, you're attracting who you want. So I needed to say that. And I know some of you say, hey, look, I'm happy being single. This stuff, what you're saying, is not concerning me because I'm good. Well, let's look at this a little different. Relationships aren't almost always who you love. It's your family and friends. I think Annette Atkinson, I think she said Steve Carpenter. So apparently they're on the same phone in the same area, and they're brothers and sisters. And if they're brothers and sisters, apparently they got a great relationship. If they didn't use these relationship techniques and tactics and improving their relationship with each other, they could be the worst. Have you ever had a brother or sister that you can't stand? Yeah. You guys can't even share the same room. Yeah. So when we're talking about manifesting the love and relationship you want, we're not just talking about romantic, we're talking about friends as well as family. So tonight, everybody got a stake in this tonight. No longer do you have to worry about, hey, this isn't for me. No, this is for you, because relationships are relationships, okay? All right, let's talk about those 3 words again. I think we started last week with the first thing we said was safe, seen, and cherished. I think that was our first topic we talked about last week, if I can remember. And if that's the case, we're talking about safe is a place that you can be yourself. Mm-hmm. You can open up. You can be vulnerable. You don't have to worry about you saying this and that, and all of a sudden this guy, that girl said, well, damn, I didn't know that. Peace, I'm out of here. That's not what I signed up for. You can be vulnerable person. Okay, I understand. We can work. If there's flaws, we can work on them together. We can grow and build together. Seen mean that whatever you say, value. People notice you. Your words have value too. Cherish mean, hey, I love you. I'm gonna cherish you. We're gonna stay here and stick this out together. All right. Anybody got any comments or like anything in the chat, Glenda?
Oh, there's nothing in the chat at this moment.
Okay. Anyone wanna give their 3 words? Because last week we went through a lot of 3 words, and I think we ended on the divorce part, and that's what made us decide that we want to go into this week as well. We made sure of that. Sharon, did you want to say something? Because you lit up. Okay.
No.
How you doing tonight, Sharon? How you doing anyway?
I'm doing good, Rufus. How y'all doing?
We're doing well. Thank you. All right. I think
Okay.
last week we stopped. Glenn, do you want to go over the ones we brought up again this week? Want to bring them up so we can get caught up with what we did last week on those, or do you want to go straight into the new ones?
The new ones, please.
The new ones? Okay. All right. You want to start?
No, you can start.
Okay. All right. Now, last week we talked about we got Forrest's divorce, and I think Mr. Kingdom was telling us his version of what it was. Now, our version was in divorce. The first word came out was peace. That was the very first word that came out, peace. The next word was clarity. Then after clarity was self-worth. If you've been married or booed up and you know it ain't worked, you don't have peace at home. When you understand when it be peace, finally your mind is clear. That headache is behind you. You outlived that headache. Clarity, now you know what you don't want as well as what you want. Because when you're in a divorce, sometimes it ain't when you come to divorce, sometimes ain't what you want. Is what you don't want. That's how you leave it. I don't want no more of that mess. I'm out. I've had it through. Anything that looked like that, I'm gonna run. I don't want that anymore. Self-worth is a lot of times when you divorce, you feel like maybe it's me. I didn't add up. There's a deficiency in me. He or she that I had was a great person. They were beautiful. They had a great soul. And I think they did everything they can do, but it didn't work. So it must have been me. So it must be a fault of mine. So that's why self-worth is important, because you don't want to feel like damaged goods.
Right.
You want to feel like I wasn't enough or the fault was mine. I can't talk to anybody else because I'm going to ruin this relationship. I'm going to take all this baggage into my next relationship, which will once again repel somebody. Because if you come to me all beat up and tattered and bruised and hurt up, you don't even want yourself. Why am I going to want you?
Right. And you can easily sabotage your relationship with the new person.
Yes. So, I've been divorced. I know I can speak to it. I think peace was my biggest thing. I wanted peace because I didn't feel like the love wasn't there. I felt like the communication, the issues, the communication. I was saying apples. They were saying oranges. I was saying we're going up this and now we're going down. So that part was worse. I think Mr. Kingdom, are you on? Ron, are you on? What was you speaking last week? I think you closed us out last week. Do you remember what yours were? Because I didn't get a chance to write them down.
Not right offhand, I don't.
Okay.
I know one was a peace of mind.
Yep.
One I think was communication.
Okay.
And I don't forgot what that third one
I think you said live and let live. I think it was something you had something live and let live. I think it was. I think that's what you had. Okay.
It wasn't that.
Okay. Anyone else want to share? We're in divorce right now. We're talking about words that you would want to use if you were divorced. How would you clarify if you had just got a divorce, and how would you clarify? What would be your 3 words to define that?
Well, I know that Gigi put it in the chat. She said peace is important. I will agree with her.
Mm-hmm.
The peace of mind is always, necessary for you to move on, especially if you've come out of a heck of a marriage when you've been catching hell pretty much all day, every day, and it really wasn't fulfilling. So when it all comes to an end, having a peace of mind that is officially over, it is very satisfying and relaxing. You don't have to worry about somebody that really isn't pouring into you the way you were pouring into them. So it's like, oh, I'm so glad this is over. I don't have to deal with you. Hopefully, prayerfully, I don't have to even see you again. But sometimes when children are involved, it's hard to actually stop seeing them because you do have to, some people, they have to share custody and stuff like that. But I will agree with you, Gigi, that is right on point. Peace of mind is extremely important.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm still enamored a little bit with what Stevie said in the beginning, that understanding equal, and I think compassion. I think whatever I'm still into that.
Companionship.
Companionship. Okay, companionship. I'm still right there. I'll be honest with you. I never left that spot. You know, I said that's where we stopped at. So I want to back up a little bit, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Stevie started us off in a great area. And I think, because remember, we started 2025 by saying we all want to manifest, or we all want to stand in our best relationship at the end of 2025. We all had always had a vision of what 2025 would look like for us, and what at the end of 2025, December 2025, we all said we want to stand in the best relationship possible that we could. And some of us said, even if that meant being single, right, we wanted to work through that, and we want to put all that past hurt and all that past stuff behind us. So Stevie kind of started us off with a good place. So let's back up and talk about what we want our love to be, what we want our relationships going forward to be. What 3 words could actually get us there? What 3 words that we would hang our head on? What are some of the words that we would actually make it clear? Because sometimes when you got all these things, when you're talking about attachment styles, when you talk about love language, when you talk about the love process, when you talk about your dating method, when you talk about boundaries, and all that stuff is needed. And that stuff is a part of relationships. And it's a place for all that. But that's kind of complicated. Let's make it simple. Let's bring it down to the essence of 3 words. Let's get true clarity.
Well, Sharon put in the chat
what we don't want to give.
Wait, somebody's talking. Well, let's do this. Let's let Glenda read what Sharon said, and then I think Annette, you lit up. I don't know if you lit up with you or Stevie, but you can come in next. But Glenda, read was in the chat. Then to be Annette. Mike.
Sharon put in the chat, non-negotiable, accountability, and stressless.
Okay, non-negotiable. Okay, and what's I got non-negotiable. What else? What's
accountability.
Accountability.
And stressless.
And stressless. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's see if we can talk about that first, and then we're gonna ask Sharon, did we hit the mark? Okay, non-negotiables. And non-negotiables to me, and I'll start us out first. Non-negotiable to me mean this is a hard stop, buddy. If you do this, it's a wrap.
Deal breaker.
Over Haiti by the doors, you don't live here no more, or I'm not living here no more. One of us got to go. That's my version of non-negotiable, because I don't want a bunch of mess. At my age, I'm 71 years old, and I don't want no dumb stuff. I hadn't had all that in my childhood. I don't want to raise nobody. I don't want no dumb stuff. If you're gonna bring some craziness or foolishness to me, you got the wrong place at the wrong time. So that's my non-negotiables. I don't want to raise anybody else. I know what I want. When we first got together, I made it very clear. You said yes, I said yes. So that foolishness, no place for it. That's my version of non-negotiable. Now, my version of accountability, just for me, accountability, that not only do I understand what you bring to relationship, what you're responsible for, I understand what I'm responsible for. Tell me my responsibilities. If my responsibility is that I pay half of the bills or all the bills, or I do this, I do that, I know that. You don't have to tell me that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be on my job. I'm going to take care of that. I'm not going to wait till you say, well, damn, Rufus, what's up? I did this 3 or 4 times and you just don't seem to get it. Now, there's sometimes I might miss something. I might have some shortfall. All you got to remind me, hey, look, Rufus, you missed it. Not a problem, baby. I got it. I'm glad you brought it to my attention. I'm on this. That's what accountability is to me. Now, I'm going to hold myself accountable. And if I'm holding myself accountable, you best believe I'm going to hold you accountable too. So it ain't just me. It's me and you. It's 2 of us co-creating a relationship. We're working hand in hand, side by side, doing this. So everybody's carrying their weight, all right? And stressless, did I say that one right? Stressless is when she said less was stressless?
Yes.
Stressless means
yes.
Don't bring no dumb stuff. And I'm going to say this as plainly as I can. And please, I apologize before I even say it, but I'm going to say it as plainly as I can. I'm going to say 2 things. The first thing, don't bring that bullshit to me. That's the first one. And the second one, I don't give a talk. So, I mean, that's as clear as I can say that. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to explain their idea of what Sharon meant by those 3 words before I turn it over to Glenda?
Well, it sounds like Sharon said you hit the nail on the head because she put 100.
And I apologize for you saying.
That's right, Glenda. You right.
All right, so we got that down pat. Okay, we don't have to explain. Do you want to explain on that, Glenda, or you want to move on to something else?
No, I think you said that once I read those, you was going to let Annette go. I think someone was trying to speak.
Oh, I think. Wait a minute. I think I said. Gigi said I got her clutching her pearls.
That's right. She like, oh man, you took her off guard with those responses.
I'm sorry, but see, in this container, we keep it real. Remember, I told you we had a glass of wine. Remember, I said you and your girlfriends when you had a glass of wine. I was the person that had a glass of wine, so I can speak.
I think you had 2 glasses of wine, Rufus.
Thank you for doing that, Gigi. Oh, Glenda, don't, Glenda, you trying to make me alcoholic, Glenda. Talking about 3. All right, go ahead. Annette, you got the line, Annette. Go ahead.
All right, that was Steve Carpenter. Go ahead.
Okay,
Steve.
go ahead, Steve. You got the line.
You know, life is very simple. What you expect of me, give me the same. See, don't try to rearrange me or change me. Accept me as how you met me, because that's the way I accepted you. Now, understanding, let's understand each other, because we all gonna make mistakes, because life is not perfect. But communication, let's talk about it.
Okay, do you finish? That was your third one. You finished there?
Yeah, I'm done. Yes.
Okay, good. Acceptance, understanding, communication.
I don't know how to work this.
Okay, no, you said it good. You said it's clear. Everybody got those 3: acceptance, understanding, and the communication was the last one. Okay, so we got that. Okay, anybody want to comment on what Stevie just put out in there? You want to say something, Glenda?
I'm good.
Okay, no one. Anybody else want to comment on that? All right. Did anyone else have any 3 about relationships they want to bring in?
Gigi put in the chat honesty, communication, and respect.
Wait a minute. Honesty,
Communication,
and
respect.
And respect. Okay. Got Aretha in the house. RESBCT. Respect. Okay. Anybody want to talk about her 3? You want to share Glenda, share your thoughts about her 3.
Really? Well, I think we pretty much went over these. Honesty. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Sharon is saying, is there anyone else having trouble with mics? Oh, is anyone having trouble with the mics? So we'll know.
Oh, Gigi says yes. Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you just want to continue to utilize the chat tonight, that's fine. We'll just take turns reading the information out of the chat if you're having issues with your mics. Because I don't want anybody to log off or, have to come back in because we're on a roll.
Well, do the housekeeping thing. You always say if you're not talking, keep your mic off. You normally put that out. I don't think you put it out tonight.
Well, you just did.
Oh, okay, you did? Okay. All right.
No,
if you're not chatting, keep your mic out, and that way to respect the person that is talking. Because I think Glenn and I, we have to keep our mic hot. But everybody else, if you're not speaking, can you turn your mic? All right. Did you have something from the chat, Glenda?
Oh, okay. You was asking me to say something in regards to Gigi's 3, which is honesty, communication, and respect. Honesty, as always, as I say, being open and honest with your communication is always important. I mean, when you communicate in a relationship, whether it's in the beginning, the middle, or towards the end, being open and honest is very important because it doesn't leave any room for any, misinterpretations or someone thinking something that, the other person isn't feeling, and when something changes in your relationship, you need to speak up. If you feel as if I've been dating this person or fooling around with this person for years, and why haven't he or she showed any, signs that they want a full-time permanent commitment, you need to ask yourself, not so much ask yourself, let me take that back. You need to talk to that other person, say, where's this relationship going? I'm really feeling you. Are you feeling me the same way? I mean, do you ever have a desire to get married? And if they tell you no, at that point, you should know and be able to make an executive decision for yourself. Maybe this is not who I want to be with, regardless of my feelings. Because if they're not pouring into you and they're not emotionally attached to you, you're not going to get the desired ending that you want. You're going to probably go another 5-10 years just being his bunk bed buddy. And so in regards to respect, you want someone to respect your thoughts. You want someone to respect you as an adult, respect you as a human being. Love is extremely important, but when you have their respect will make you stop and think before you speak. It may be a long silence, but it will stop and make you think before you speak. Because I have a friend right now that I respect them more than anything. I mean, I love them too, but I respect them first and foremost. So even when I will blow off with one of my other friends, they'll just like, yeah, Glenda, whatever. This particular friend, because of our relationship and our friendship, I respect them first and foremost. So I have to be careful what I say because I know that I can be a little hard at times, and it be the truth, but my presentation can be mistaken. So I have to quiet down and get my thoughts together before I respond to the person, because I don't want to lose my friend because they mistook what I said because I came out the gate so strong. So respect is always important. Now, love, like I said, love is too. I don't know how you put your qualities in order, but I know for myself, respect is in the top 5. I have to respect you. You have to respect me, because without respect, you're gonna say and do whatever you want to. You'll say you love me and still cheat on me. But if you respect me, you're gonna say, well, Glenda don't deal with that cheating. She don't do that sharing of a man. So let her know. I want to sleep with somebody else. I want to go out with somebody else. Really, you're not the one. Baby, please be honest with me. I know how to take bad news. I know how to take criticism, because I'm like, that's fine. Thank you for being open and honest with me and respecting me enough to let me make the choice if I still want to stay connected to you. And that's my thoughts on respect.
Oh, wow, that's deep. That's deep. While you were talking, I was thinking about another side of this, because you covered one side very good. So thanks for doing that, Glenda. Here's my take on those 3 words: honesty, communication, and respect. Here's my take: honesty, honest, and honesty mean deed, the way you carry yourself. Honestly, indeed, and the way you carry yourself. And for communication, is not so much what you say, is how you communicate and what you do. Because I can tell what you come to do. I can tell you communicate what's going on in our relationship by the way what you come to do. It makes it very clear. You can say one thing with your mouth and be doing something else with your actions and your body. So I just want to make sure they line up. And the third thing, respect, is not just respecting me, but you got to respect my resources and my place. If you live with me as my house and you turn up my house, or you disrespecting my house, that's disrespect right there. Absolutely. And if I got the money and like, here's what one person told me one time. Let's say I got the resources. Let's say I got the money in a relationship, and you don't have the money relationship, but I don't mind. We decide we booed up, so I don't mind sharing money with you and doing stuff. But I notice when you go with your friends and go places with your friends, you and your friends, and especially you have to pay, you go to McDonald's, you go to maybe Wendy's, or maybe you might splurge one time and go to Captain D's or what's the other place they go to? Golden Corral.
Okay.
But when my time to spend, when we go out, you want to go to Captain George, you want to go to Ruth Chris, you want to go to Outback, you want to go to Carrabba's, you want to go to all these upper level things. So I'm saying, wait a minute now. Why, whenever I do, it's got to be top dollar? So let's look at this a little different here. That's all I'm saying. That's
Okay.
all. Go ahead.
I want to piggyback on that. I was told by a very close friend of mine, date what you can afford and afford what you can date. So when you first realized that they were going to all of the expensive restaurants on your dollar, that should have been a huge red flag by the second date that there's not going to be a third. No.
Okay.
You got to pay rent, mortgage, and light bill too.
Okay. All right. Anything else in the chat?
No, nothing new.
Okay. All right. Anyone else want to talk about relationships and what their 3 words are before we move on? Because
Yeah,
I think. Go ahead, Annette.
this is Annette. Okay, so I'm listening to us tonight, and I'm thinking everyone is kind of like, in my mind, talking like, we're looking for a love relationship or a booed up relationship. So I'm speaking a little bit different.
Okay.
My perspective is just a good friendship relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And in my relationship, I'm looking for the adultness. Don't come with no kiddie stuff. Come as an adult. Come ready to handle yourself, myself as an adult. Come with fun in mind. Come with adventure in mind. Come with the fact that, hey, whatever we do, we're not looking for the sexual gratification. We're looking for the love gratification. I love being with you. You love being with me. Let's shine. You my sunshine. You bringing sunshine to me. I'm bringing sunshine to you. We're going to enjoy this world on these terms. We're going to respect each other. And I truly like what Gigi said. Her 3 was on point. I really enjoyed that.
I want to add.
See, well, let me talk. You talk. This, I'm talking to my brother. I'm sorry. He
No problem.
Listen, what?
Listen.
Wait, Steve, let Annette finish, and then you can take over after Annette.
Cool.
What?
I thought she had.
Because so far, Annette, you got adult and fun. So far, you're missing one of the 3.
Okay. So, and what I was looking at as far as I'm saying, let's say, just be true to you. You be true to you. I'm gonna know what you're true to me. So when you true to you, I'm seeing you. Don't think I don't see you. I need you to be seen. So just be your truth. And if you can be your truth, I can determine, is that truth for me or not for me? And like you said, I'm not trying to raise you, and I'm not trying to change you or rearrange you. But I'm not going to let you try to raise me or rearrange me either, because I'd have been there too.
Right. And that's about maturity.
Maturity. Yeah, just let's just bring it, man. Come on, just have a good time. Yeah, I don't want to be your wife. I'm not trying to go down, but I can be bought. You can buy me. You can get me to the altar if you want to buy me, but I don't want to get to no altar. I want to just have a good time. So let's just have fun.
Okay. All right. Have fun. All right. Stevie go before, and then after Stevie go, we'll talk about Annette. Then we'll talk about what Annette said. Then we'll talk about Stevie said. Steve, go ahead.
This is my last comment for the night. But look, you keep talking.
It don't have to be now. Go ahead.
You keep talking about love. Do you remember back in the day when marriage was arranged? Love was not involved. But through the years of that arranged marriage, they learned to love each other. See, love is only an emotion. What you do with each other shows that love. I ain't got to tell you I love you every morning, but you feel it. And I'm done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting, and let's talk about Annette. What Annette said first, and then we'll go back to what Stevie said after Annette. All right, anyone want to comment on what Annette said? Because Annette broke it down pretty easy: adult, fun, and true. Anybody want to talk about what Annette said first? And there was Annette threw a wild card in there. So anyone want to talk about Annette before we we'll talk about Annette, but what was something want to share comments about what Annette said? Anybody share the comments on Annette? Comments before? All right, there's none. You want to share anything, Glenda, of Annette's
Not
comment?
at the moment.
I do.
So who's Sharon? Go ahead, Sharon.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to comment on what Annette said. Okay, and I kind of agree with that because why do it have to be a relationship? Why can't we just have fun together? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not looking for a relationship, but so I kind of agree with what she said.
Okay.
Is that what you meant by not me in the chat?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anyone else want to comment on Annette's comment? Okay. You know I gotta jump in. Come on, then. It wouldn't be me if I didn't jump in. Annette threw a wild card out there. She said she's not looking for sex. The sex ain't a part of it. But now, Annette, so you trying to say you don't have sex with friends? You only have sex with a romantic boo?
It's gotta be a romantic thing. Ain't no just no friendship sex.
Bullshit.
No, what the world? We romantically, but it's still friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the way you said it, you see, you guys, because when you were talking about having the fun, I was I got a little confused because that one seemed like one of those limits to that.
It isn't no limit. I mean, it's like this. We're an adult and we know when and we know when not. If we decide yes, then it's yes. If we decide no, it's no. It's not going to be no, we got to argue the point or we got to debate the point.
Okay.
It does, to me, when she made the comment, I got the sense that she meant that sex is not at the top of her list. It's not as important.
Correct.
It's important to a degree, but it's not number one.
Correct.
Her friendship and having a friendship and having fun with her significant other was the most important thing. People put sex at the top of the list, like, I gotta have it. Yeah, that's why you're still going in and out of, emotionally attached relationships. You're not going to get where you want to be, and you're not going to be happy that way.
Okay. I went to church today, and I heard one thing. They said all hearts and minds are clear. And so I just wanted to make sure.
Crazy.
You know what?
Tell them who you are.
Do you know? I'm sleeping. Do you know man is the only one that has sex for pleasure? Everything else has sex for reproduction.
I believe that.
Well, what are you saying with that? Because you said something, but where are you taking us with that? You explained it. Where are you taking us with that?
I took you right back when marriage was arranged.
Okay.
And this girl married this other family because it was arranged. But they got married. And she did her duties. I guess he did do it. And through the years, they learned to love each other. They built love. It wasn't love that put them together. They made love. They built love. Because love ain't sexual. Love is what you do for me and I do for you to make me and you feel comfortable with. That's love.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Okay.
That sounds like a Mr. Kingdom kind of thought right there.
I wanted to say that, but I was going to leave Mr. Kingdom alone because the last 3 weeks I kind of messed with Mr. Kingdom a lot. So I was going to leave
No,
him.
you don't. No, you don't. You don't miss me.
Yes,
I didn't say miss. I said mess with you. I didn't say miss
Oh,
you. I
okay.
said I wasn't going to mess with you.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. But anybody want to comment on what Stevie said? Any comments on Stevie's comment? Any comments on that? Any comments?
I got one.
Okay, go ahead, Gigi.
Do you think marriage is a business? If love is not involved, if sex is not involved, is it a business?
Marriage is a partnership.
Okay.
With no strings attached. I don't want or look nothing from you, or nor should you want or look nothing from me. But it's a partnership, and it matches, and we do for each other without even asking a question. It's automatic.
Okay. Anybody else? Any comments?
I got a question for Gigi. I need some clarity on what she said. You said they're married and there's no sex, no intimacy, no sex at all?
Wait, where you see that at? Because I didn't share. She didn't say that. Is that in the chat?
What did you? Okay.
No, she said Gigi asked, was marriage a business? She didn't say all that.
No, give me a second, Mr. Carpenter.
Okay, all right.
Gigi, repeat yourself.
She repeated herself in the text.
Marriage a business without sex.
You said is
okay. Now she's saying, is marriage a business? She's saying if you have, Gigi confirm this. What I'm saying. She's saying, is marriage only a business if you don't have sex? Is that what you're saying, Gigi?
Right.
Okay. She's saying if you put sex in it, it's a different story. But if it becomes a relationship and all that, but if you don't have sex, it's business. And I think she's kind of saying in today's world, a lot of people get married for the convenience and for the economical blessing or economical benefits of being married. And I think it's similar to what Steve said about relationships were arranged back then, because back then relationships were arranged because one family needed support of the other family. You didn't marry so much because the guy and the girl that married benefited. They married because of the family benefiting. If you're a poor family and you know you have a daughter and it's a rich family up the road, you could arrange a marriage with a rich family. So that means that you have the resources of the rich family with your family. So that's the way a lot of arranged marriages were back in the day. And arranged marriages were the custom of before. And a lot of kings, Matt, if you read the Bible, Solomon said that he's going to have many wives he wants because he was using his marriages to align his kingdom and grow his kingdom. So that's back in the Bible days.
But he was having sex with all of them.
Well, I won't speak on that part. I'll speak on arrangement, because Stephen did say that they fell in love along the way. Because they were together, they learned to love each other and fell in love and had a union based on that. But they first got together because of an arrangement. Mm-hmm. And he said they learned, if I understood what Stephen said, he said then they learned to love each other along the way.
Well, we got to look at.
Okay, let's let Mr. Kingdom go first, and then Linda, you can go after him if you don't mind. Go ahead, Ron.
Well, what it is, marriage can be a business for the sake of the two individuals. Because if you remember back in the days, a person will arrange a marriage just to be a citizen of the state. You understand? Mm-hmm. Like at one point in my life, I almost had a business marriage where this Jamaican friend's daughter wanted to become a citizen of the United States. Mm-hmm. So they can arrange to get married on paper as a business deal for the citizenship arrangement, or you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a possibility it could be business, but the average and the norm is it's not a business. It's like the young man said, it's a partnership, and it's a relationship, and it's a union. You understand? Uh-huh. So to answer her question, it can be a business. Oh, it got quiet. Oh,
no, we'll let you finish. You know, if I want to talk across you, we're trying to let you finish.
No, I'm good.
Okay, Glenda, you were going to say something?
I thought about it, and I was thinking about not asking a question because I don't know. For me, you know, I don't agree with, me personally, I don't agree with those, like Mr. Keenan said, the getting married just for citizenship. I know several people that have done that. And I don't think that I could do that myself, because you don't really love me. You need me to help you do something. So after I say I do, how does everything play out? You date or mess with whoever you want to over here, but we're legally married, or we just stay together until a time for us to call, until we're able to get a divorce, and then we split ways. Because a lot of those marriages that Mr. Keenan were referring to, they give the person money. I've heard of $10,000 just for citizenship.
But that's
So,
why I said it's a business, because
yeah,
a lot of time there is funds involved. When you make an arrangement on a business level or a business deal, that's strictly what it is, arrangements and a business deal. And if you marrying a person to get them citizenship, you're not marrying them because you love them. You're not marrying them for the benefits. You're strictly on a business level. So, excuse me. So they come in business minded. Hey, I don't owe you. You don't owe me. We got an understanding. It's
okay.
strictly business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not saying that, Glenda, hey, we're going to have one of these arranged marriage where, hey, we're forcing to do this, and now we got to make the best out of it. So in that case of arranged marriage, which is different from a business marriage,
Right.
arrangements meaning we're in this. So now we get to do whatever and explore whatever. And later on, most of the times in arrangement marriage, they become one with the
Mm-hmm.
sex and all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
on a business level, that's not intended, nor is that in the paperwork. So there's two different things when you say business and arrangements.
Okay. I
If
don't know
that makes
parts of
sense.
it.
Now that's my understanding.
Yeah, Gigi, we explain or provide you enough information to answer your question? I mean, are you good, or
I'm good. I was just asking the question because I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis, and I had a young lady to tell me the only reason why she would get married was for the benefits of the marriage, what he brought to the table, or whatever.
mm,
Um, that was my reasoning for asking the question, but that's not my story.
okay.
Well,
So
I got a question for you.
go ahead.
That young lady says she will only get married for the benefits for what was brought to the table on the other part. But what was her benefits to give to him for him to accept that type of marriage?
And there is the problem. She had nothing to bring to the table.
Well,
She she
it
didn't have
She
anything to bring to the table?
no.
well,
Oh,
she had something to bring to the table. It's just a matter of being enough for him. She got something to bring now, because remember, the women really holds the cards. We're laughing about it, but it's the God's honest.
I hear you. I hear you, Mr. Kingdom. I hear you.
she trying to use her vagina as a tool?
It's not just a vagina now, because it's more to a marriage and the intimacy than just the vagina, because you can go
Not
without
from
the
her
vagina.
example. Not from for me,
Huh?
not from her example. I'm like, if she didn't have anything to bring to the table, I mean, what else is?
Other than that, other than the intimacy part,
Mm,
she didn't have nothing else to bring. But what I'm saying is, okay, if he's got all these other benefits and accolades coming in here to this table, well, that table is a full course meal. What are you bringing to me? A salad? Mind you,
Yes.
now a lot of people are vegans that love salad, so yeah, salad could be a full course meal, of course. But you got to understand what I'm saying.
right.
Because see, I'm gonna tell you from my experience, and that's what I always speak on. Me,
Hmm.
I've been married 3 times.
Hmm.
2 times, my table wasn't equally yoked.
Mm-hmm.
This third marriage, my table is equally yoked.
Mm-hmm.
I have money. She has money. I own a house. She owns a house. You understand? We coming in with the same mindset. I'm religious. She religious. My beliefs and her beliefs are equal. Everything is equally there. You understand? I love myself and know what I want in life. She loves herself and know what she wants in life. So that's why we so connected. Where in the last marriage, hey, it is what it is. Shit, it's just a done deal. Do you
Understand.
understand?
Understand.
So
Understand.
that's why I say, and I tell people, I've told Rufus plenty of times. I say it's like this: when you come to the table, usually when you make a commitment to each other, the first question usually come up: what are you bringing to the table?
Mm-hmm.
The men always bring in this, that, and the other. Where the women's like, hell, I'm enough. But see, it's more to that table than just I'm enough. That's just like I made a comment before where they say a happy wife, a happy life. Bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
But that's
good.
crazy. Because that happy wife, happy life, it don't go that far no more. Why are you going to say, okay, I'm going to keep this woman happy as hell all the time and you miserable?
Right.
You see, it's an equal playing field. That's why they say, what do you bring to the table? I'm equally yoked with this person when she bringing something to the table and I got something bringing to the table.
Correct.
It used to be one-sided. All the men on the line and people in the men in the world, no. Man, all she got to do is this, that, and the other, and I'm good. I'm going to supply everything else. I'm good. It ain't like that no more.
You're right. You're right.
And I'm sorry, I've been quiet here lately, but y'all starting to wake me up. Shit. Y'all gave me some coffee or something.
You
Oh,
drinking that wine. You drinking that wine.
No, baby, I don't drink wine.
Losing.
No, I don't
oh,
drink wine. You give me some champagne, baby.
someone else was gonna speak. Someone else
Yes.
has something to say?
Yes. First of all, I want to say thank you for making me a part of your podcast, which
Okay.
I got with it last week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and y'all continue to love conversation to this week.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what love is. Love is giving all you got, but not looking for nothing in return. Because if I love you, if you did something wrong to me, I still love you. That's love to me. Not sexual. That's love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to cut in. Oh,
I
shit,
knew
I
it.
got to
I knew
cut
it.
in. Oh, I got to cut in. Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve.
Yes.
This is directed to you.
Yes.
You got the wrong mindset, bro. And I'm
Why?
going to tell you why. A female can come in there and love you just as what you just said. But that's not the definition of love. Because you left a prefix out. Okay? And that prefix is a major word. And it's called unconditional love.
Then you're talking against what you're saying to me
No,
because
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Don't argue.
all right,
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue. What I
excuse me.
want you to do is explain to me why I'm
If,
contradicting.
if I gave my unconditional love to that female and she did whatever to hurt me, I'm not at fault because I gave her love. And what she did, I cannot control. And then the next day, I still would love her because I gave my unconditional love, not anticipating, not wanting nothing, and not looking for nothing.
Okay, now let me explain what I just said to you to show you that I'm not contradicting.
Okay.
To repeat what you just said, you gave that woman unconditional love with no expectations of nothing in return. That's
love.
what you did. But that woman on the other end loved you and did what she wanted to do because it wasn't unconditional. See the difference?
No, listen. She's got her
Okay,
mind. I got my mind. I
right.
gave my all. I can't
Right.
tell her to give me her all. But what I
No.
gave, excuse me, what I gave from my heart. Now,
Right.
what she gave me back was from her heart or her mind. But my point is this: I accept it because I gave you my unconditional love. And you know what? By the way you're speaking, you have been in that experience and you've done it again and again because we all will do it. Love
Right.
make a man a fool because he loves.
Now that's a song. I heard that song.
Now let me say this
Hey
too.
guys,
Let me
stop,
also
guys, wait, hold up, guys, hold up for a minute. Glenda, you gotta make an executive decision. Are we gonna
No,
continue and let this go, or are we gonna go to a part 4? You gotta make an
no,
executive decision,
we're
Glenda.
gonna we're gonna let it go.
No,
I mean, I've enjoyed all the feedbacks, all the comments. The audience has been they have been very interested on tonight, and it has been a lively one. But we want to stop here and move on to another topic.
Okay, and guys, here's this, and a good thing about it is we sent everybody a free copy of the study guide. So what we didn't cover tonight is in your study guide. Now next week, if you want to come back next week and we want to table the last part of this conversation, and we'll put it as part of next week's. It won't be next week's topic, but it'd be a question that we'll carry next week. We'll talk about that, and I want to make sure I understand that question. Steve said unconditional love. And we're going to talk about unconditional love as one of the questions next week. And that way we can continue this part of it next week. But next week going to be a different topic. This topic ends tonight, but you have all we didn't cover is in the study guide. And we gave everybody a free copy of the study guide. So if you look at the email that Glenda sent you today, there's a free copy of the study guide in that. Glenda, take us home.
Hey, let me ask you one quick question that you can write down for next topic next week that we can speak on. The question is being in love with a person the same or equal to loving a person? And you can move on, Glenda. I just wanted to get that on the record because I done forgot what I asked.
Being in love is same as loving the person.
Okay. All right. Well, as always, we thank you for participating and showing up tonight. Just to piggyback on a little bit of what we discussed, make sure you clarify your vision of love. Also, make sure that you are aligning your energy with what you are looking forward to. And you also want to take action by, setting setting an action plan in place on how to get the love that you deserve. As I think we briefly talked about, we did send out our study guide for tonight. I want you guys to read over it if you have any questions. And always, we want you to send us emails of future topics, as well as that now that the relationship conference has been changed to in person to virtual, as well as we also have our upcoming relationship cruise, our first relationship cruise coming up in October. And if all minds are clear, y'all have a good night and see you next Sunday.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Kingdom and
Good
Chef
night.
Ava was on.